What's up, guys? It's your boy Dennis here, Do It All Garage. Um, so the other night, my son and I, he's been out of elementary school. They're all closed because COVID, blah, blah, blah. You all know that story. But anyway, um, we're sitting here, we're bored the other night, and I start flipping through YouTube videos, and I saw a couple cool things that I'd like to build, right? So I've had this pressure washer that I found on the side of the road for free. Someone was throwing it away, and it had a 6 horsepower Honda engine on it. The pump, I took it off, and it was pretty much garbage, but the motor was good. It ran, totally usable motor, 6 horsepower once again. And I always find bicycles on the side of the road. So the good ones that aren't trashed, bicycles that is, if they're good, they don't need anything, they might need some air in the tires or something like that, I'll pick them up and bring them home. And if none of the kids in the neighborhood want them, then I'll sell them or something. Well, I've got kind of a surplus of them right now, so I was thinking we should build a drift trike. So this is what I have so far. I've got the front end of a bicycle right there in the down tube. I think I'm going to leave that down tube there. I'm not sure yet. I might cut it off and make a custom tube for that. But anyway, it's got front brakes on it. The bearings in the steering stem or the neck are really good. The brakes work on it. The tire's good. Tube holds air. So all that's really good. I actually took this little plastic seat instead of having to go through the trouble to make one. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but I took one off of this Razor 360 little scooter here. So I made a perfect little seat. It's got side bolsters on it and everything. And then I've got a bunch of friends that build golf carts, like custom golf carts. They'll take one that's pretty much junk and build it from the ground up. I mean, tear the whole thing down, paint the frame, batteries, lift kits, new bodies on them, seats, everything, all new electronics, all that. So they have a surplus of these stock wheels and tires, and they don't want them. So I got a couple of them today. I'm going to get some more, but it's going to be a little wider than this in the back. But I'm going to use those. I like the way the bigger wheels and tires look, and especially getting them for free. I mean, why not, And it's a really good, it's a good turf tread. So if you do go off-road in some grass or something, it's not going to tear it up. But they also grip really well on the street. And golf cart tires are pretty tough. I mean, they can hold a lot of weight and take a certain amount of abuse. But there's the engine. It's a Honda GC 190, 6 horsepower. And where you see that PSI and gallon per minute, that's because it was on a Karcher brand pressure washer. So a few things I'm going to do is go through the carb. I'm going to reroute the kill switch up to the handlebars up here. And then I've got to rig up some kind of a throttle cable. I actually have another mountain bike over here that has some cables on it. I'm going to cut the front end of that one off too, but that'll be another video. But I may use a cable off of that to rig up a throttle cable for the handlebars. But anyway, I'm waiting on some parts to come in. I've got to put a clutch on this thing, and I ordered the clutch. I ordered some bearings for the axle. I'm going to try to make my own axle. Just an axle by itself, from what I've seen on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that, they're about $100. I've got a steel supply place that's like 10 minutes from my house, and a 1-inch solid cold rolled steel bar is for 20 feet of it, they sell it for $69. And I know that's kind of expensive, but if you break it down per foot, that's less than $4 a foot. So that's way cheaper than spending $100 on an axle. I can make hubs, I can make the axle, and I'll just use pillow block bearings and things like that. But this motor should have plenty of power. I may try to reroute the exhaust because the engine's going to have to sit this way where the exhaust comes out towards the back of the seat. I'll probably end up moving the motor back a little bit. That's probably where I'll put the motor mount. But I'm going to definitely have to figure something out with the exhaust, or at least put a heat shield back there, because it'll freaking melt this seat. And I don't want my son getting burned or anything. There it goes. So anyway, I just kind of had it mocked up there just so you get the idea of what I want it to look like when I'm done. But man, I'm super excited. My son is like freaking out about it. He can't wait to ride it. There's some kids in our neighborhood, and they're always riding go-karts up and down the street. They won't let him drive them. They're always bragging about them and stuff like that and how fast they are. Well, if I get the gearing right on this thing, he's probably going to smoke them. So anyway, y'all stay tuned. That's what I got so far. And I'll post some more videos as I'm getting further along with it. So like I said, I'm just waiting on some parts and everything, and I've kind of got to design a frame. I've got a few ideas in mind, but you know, nothing solid yet. So I'm going to wait till my parts get here and then make a definite plan and execute it. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks a lot.